In the dating world of today, many guys are frustrated because they're not the priority. They're an extra plan that may be the easy way. If a woman sees you as an option, it's because you made it possible for her to do so. Women don't put men in this position by accident. They do it when they feel weakness, insecurity, or desperation. If she really respects and wants you, she will make you a priority. Men text more because they want to show their worth more, which is a mistake. If you chase more, plan more, and spend more, but get less in return, it makes her think that you're a man who's too ready, too eager, and too willing to take her scraps. When you ask a woman for attention, she will give it to you. You need to change your mindset to realize this. A woman will only value you as much as you value yourself. If she treats you as an option, it's because she thinks she can. Your response shouldn't be emotional, it should be strategic. The more you chase a woman who doesn't prioritize you, the weaker you look in her eyes. The stronger move is to pull your attention away. Turn off the power dynamic and make her learn how valuable you are the hard way. This isn't a game. It's about making yourself look like a man who deserves respect. In this video, I'll show you 7 effective ways to take back control. Increase your value and make sure you are never just an option in a woman's life. Pay attention because once you understand this, everything changes. Before we start, I've created a community on Podium where I break down everything you need to know. Step by step, you'll get no-nonsense practical advice that will boost your confidence and help you build stronger, more meaningful connections. And the best part, the first 20 people who join will get an exclusive discount. So don't hesitate. Click the link in the description to grab your spot if you know someone who could use this share. Stop giving her your time and attention. Them 1, stop giving her your time and attention. If a woman treats you like an option, your biggest mistake is continuing to give her your time. Attention is a man's most valuable currency in the dating world. The more you give it to someone who doesn't appreciate it, the more you devalue yourself. For women naturally, people want to hold on to what they think is slipping away. But if you're always there for her, always trying to show your worth, she'll take you for granted. You need to pull away, not because you're mad at her, not to punish her, but to get your worth back. When a man stops being too easy to reach, it makes a woman rethink how she feels about him. She might not notice it right away, but over time, the change in your behavior will make her think about why your energy is different, why you're not at her beck and call, and why you don't seem to care about her lack of investment. Most men fail at this because they get impatient and worry that if they pull back for a few days and she doesn't respond, they'll lose her. This fear keeps men in a weak position because they don't want to lose something that was never really theirs to begin with. If she doesn't notice your absence, that tells you everything you need to know. If she does, she will naturally start reaching out more because women are wired to chase what isn't guaranteed. For example, if she used to take hours or days to respond and you were still sending long texts, that's a sign that you shouldn't give up. Stop responding so much. Being short, unpredictable, and most importantly, busy isn't about pretending. It's about making your life so that a woman isn't the center of your attention. Let her feel the difference. If she cares, she'll change how she acts. If she doesn't, she wasn't interested in the first place. Remember, match her energy, not her words. A woman will say a lot of things, but what matters is how she treats you. If she tells you she likes you but barely makes time for you, believe her actions, not her words. Many men get trapped in a cycle of listening to sweet words while ignoring the clear signs of disinterest. Women have a way of keeping men around as options without fully committing. They do this by feeding just enough attention to keep a man invested. Compliments, flirty messages, or even occasional dates. But when it's time to actually prioritize you, she suddenly becomes busy, not ready for anything serious, or just vague about where things are going. This is where most men make their mistake. They keep trying to convince her when you match her words instead of her actions. You play yourself if she says she's interested, but her behavior shows. She isn't. The correct response is not to argue, not to ask for clarity, but to simply match her energy. If she's inconsistent, you become inconsistent. If she's hot and cold, you stop responding immediately to her good moments. If she cancels plans, you don't reschedule. You let her be the one to set up the next one. This works because women respect men who mirror their energy. If she's treating you like an option, you pull back and stop investing more than she does. This forces her to either step up or lose you. Many men fear that if they do this, they'll push her away. But that's exactly the point. If a woman truly values you, she won't let you go so easily. And if she does let you go, she was never really interested. A real-world example, let's say. You've been texting a woman and she starts replying slower, taking hours or days to get back to you instead of calling her out mirror. Her behavior, you stop initiating, you take even longer to reply, and you become less predictable the moment she feels that shift. She'll notice she may start testing by sending a random message or checking in just to see if you're still interested. At this point, you don't fall back into old patterns, you respond, but not eagerly. You keep it short. You don't music over investment. She will change how she acts when she thinks she's losing you. If she doesn't, you now know the answer. 3. Take charge, how you handle your feelings and how they affect you. Women often consider certain men as options when they can't control their emotions. If a woman feels that a man is reactive, overly emotional, or easily thrown off, she naturally puts him in a weaker position. Most men make this mistake without even realizing it. They get angry when she pulls away. They demand answers when she acts distant. They argue, beg, or try to guilt trip her into giving them more attention. All of this quickly kills attraction. Women are drawn to men who don't need to be reassured all the time. They're drawn to men who can stay grounded no matter what. A strong man is one who can stay calm. In a tough spot, if she doesn't answer your text, don't send her a second one asking why. If she stops plans at the last minute, don't get mad, just move on. Carry on with your day as if nothing happened. If she says she's not sure what she wants, don't try to convince her. Instead, accept it and focus your attention on something else. This is what makes leaders different from chasers. A leader doesn't get upset when a woman isn't sure what she wants. He just accepts it, makes changes, and keeps living his life without breaking his frame. When a woman sees that her actions don't affect you, she knows that you are strong, and that makes her think about taking you for granted. For example, let's say you've been seeing a woman for a few weeks, and all of a sudden she starts pulling away. She might be slower to respond, less interested in making plans, or just seem more distant. Most men would immediately start looking for answers. They'd send her long messages asking what's wrong or try harder to get her attention. But this is where they fail. Instead, they should just be quiet. If she pulls away, you pull back even more. Not to punish her or be passive-aggressive, but because you're too focused on yourself to chase a woman who isn't sure. You let her feel your absence, and when she realizes that you haven't changed, her interest and attraction naturally grow. This is how power shifts. A woman will only consider you as an option if she thinks she can control your emotions. But as soon as she realizes you don't need her approval, she sees you as a man of value, because high-value men don't beg, argue, or overreact. If a woman truly respects you, she will know when she is losing your company, and if she doesn't, she never really valued it in the first place. If a woman treats you like a choice, the worst thing you can do is keep your attention on her. The dating world today is brutal. Women naturally want things that are in high demand. If you only pay attention to one woman and aren't fully involved in her, you send her the message that she is your only choice, which is the worst thing that can happen to your attraction. Men who are truly attractive don't wait for one woman to pick them. They move around a lot. They keep their options open, work on their own personal growth, and have relationships with many women without getting attached. This doesn't mean you have to be a player. It just means you need to know your worth and act like it. As soon as a woman knows she's not your only choice, she suddenly changes how she feels about you and starts to wonder why you're not chasing her anymore. She starts to feel the competition, and the thought that another woman could take her man makes her value him even more. That's why you need to pay attention to other women if one woman treats you like an option. Change your mind right away and go meet new women. Make friends and focus your attention on things that will make you more valuable. This not only makes you feel better about yourself, but it also changes how women see you. An example of a guy who is respected is one who is sought after. Suppose you've been trying to meet a woman, but she keeps saying she's busy, breaks plans at the last minute, or gives you half-hearted answers. Instead of getting angry or waiting for her to decide, you change your focus and start talking to other women. You set up dates with women who are interested, and most importantly, you stop asking the woman who treated you like a choice to go on dates. What happens next? Suddenly, she notices your absence and sees you enjoying life without her. She starts to wonder why you're not making an effort and starts to wonder if she made a mistake in judging your worth. In most cases, she will come back with renewed interest, but here's the catch. You don't rush back, you don't act like nothing happened, you keep your distance and keep her at arm's length. This way, she has to earn her way back into your life instead of you just handing it over to her. This strategy does two things. It gets rid of women who weren't really interested and makes women who aren't sure should step up. Either way, you win. You stop being a choice because your actions show that you are a man of value. Fifth, stop giving her attention when she doesn't deserve it. When a woman treats them like a choice, one of the worst things men can do is keep giving her attention when she hasn't earned it. Attention is the most valuable thing a man has in the dating world, and the more you give it away, the less valuable it is. Men don't realize they're rewarding bad behavior. They text a woman consistently, even when she barely replies. They like her social media posts. Even when she ignores them in person, they answer her calls even though she only reaches out when she's bored. They keep feeding her ego without getting anything in return. This is what keeps a man trapped in the option zone. Here's what you need to understand. Women crave attention, but they only respect the attention they have to earn. If she knows you'll always be available, no matter how she treats you, she has no incentive to prioritize you. She knows you'll always be there, so she doesn't need to put in effort. The moment a woman senses she has guaranteed access to your time, she loses interest. This is why you must cut off all unearned attention. If she's not showing real interest, you stop texting first. If she's only responding with dry, short replies, you don't keep the conversation going. If she only calls when she needs something, you don't pick up if she keeps you waiting or cancels plans. You don't ask her to reschedule. You let her come to you, a real-world example. Let's say you've been texting a woman and she takes hours or days to respond. When she finally does reply, she gives one word, answers, or no effort in keeping the conversation going. Most men would continue texting her, trying to reignite the conversation. That's a mistake. The right move is to stop engaging. You let the conversation die. You don't try to bring it back to life. If she truly values you, she will notice your silence and make an effort. If she doesn't, she was never truly interested. This is where discipline comes in. Many men struggle with this because they're afraid of losing the little attention they're getting. But you must understand that small amount of attention is keeping you stuck. The longer you accept breadcrumbs, the longer you stay in a powerless position. When you withdraw your attention, you send a message. You are not desperate. You are not waiting. You are a man who values himself too much to chase someone who isn't. If you do the same thing, the situation changes right away when she sees that you're not paying attention. No longer offered for free. Some women will become more interested in you suddenly, trying to get back the validation they were used to. Others will disappear completely, which is exactly what you want, because any woman who leaves when you stop giving her free attention was never really there for you in the first place. SS. Control your emotions and stay unbothered. This is the most powerful thing you can do when a woman treats you like an option. Most men fail at this because they react emotionally when they feel disrespected, ignored, or undervalued. But as soon as a woman sees she can affect your emotions, she knows she has control over you. Think about how you react when a woman doesn't respond the way you want her to. Do you get angry and text her twice? Do you try to guilt her into giving you more attention? Do you get jealous when she gives someone else? Your insecurity and need for approval are shown by every emotion you show, and that's what keeps you stuck as a choice. Women respect men who are emotionally solid if she doesn't answer your call. You don't care if she cancels plans last minute. You move on. If she starts talking about another guy, you don't. Flinch, your emotions stay in check, and you refuse to be faced. That's the mindset of a man who is in control. Here's the key. Your reactions tell her everything about your value. If you act desperate, sensitive, or reactive, she sees you as weak, but if you remain calm, indifferent, and in control, she sees you as a man who is above the nonsense and the truth. Is nothing confuses and intrigues a woman more than a man. She can't shake a practical example. You text a woman, and she leaves you on a most guys would either send another text asking why she didn't reply, or they'd act cold and distant the next time they see her. That's emotional weakness instead. You act as if nothing happened. You don't text again. You don't question her. You keep living your life as if her response or lack of it means absolutely nothing to you. What happens next? She starts wondering why you're not reacting. She expects you to chase, but you don't, and that forces her to rethink your value. It's true that the less reactive you are, the more unpredictable you seem, and the more interesting and beautiful you seem. But let's be clear. This isn't about pretending to be emotionless. It's about learning how to control your emotions in a healthy way. You're not having fun. You're just refusing to let a woman's actions affect your mood, confidence, or sense of self-worth. Once you get this down, it will come easily to you. You'll be ahead of men who react emotionally. And here's the best part. When you stop reacting to a woman's games, she stops playing them. As soon as she realizes that her usual tricks don't work on you, she either tries harder or walks away. Either way, you keep your options open. Get 7. Don't rule anything out. When a woman treats him like a possibility, one of the worst things a man can do is make her his only choice. You put yourself in a weak position when you focus on a woman who doesn't prioritize you. A man with options is a man with power. A man without options is a man who begs, which one do you want to be? The truth is that when a woman thinks you're only interested in her, she doesn't feel compelled to chase you because she thinks you'll always be there, no matter how she treats you. She thinks she can take her time deciding how she feels about you because she thinks you have nowhere else to go. But the moment she knows you have other options, she starts to chase you. Choices for real. Everything changes when you keep your choices open. You become less emotionally dependent on one woman. You stop putting up with disrespect because you know you can walk away. And you naturally become more attractive because women are drawn to men. Who other women desire a real-world example of this? Let's say you are interested in a woman who gives you mixed signals. She replies when she feels like it cancels plans at the last minute and overall doesn't show much effort. Most guys would sit around waiting for her to change. But the smart man, he starts talking to other women. He expands his social circle. He builds connections elsewhere. Now what happens? Suddenly this woman who thought she could string him along notices a shift. He's no longer always available. He doesn't seem as invested in chasing her. She hears from mutual friends that he's been spending time with other women. And just like that, her interest spikes. This isn't manipulation. It's human nature. People value what they think they might lose, and women by default are more attracted to men who are desired by others. This is why celebrities, athletes, and high-status men never struggle with attention from women. They don't even have to try. Their social proof does the work for them. Now, you don't have to be famous to apply this. All you need to do is create the perception of abundance even if you're not currently dating multiple women. Start living like a man who can choose, invest in yourself, keep your eye on your goals, and make friends. A woman will start to see you differently when she sees that you're not waiting for her approval. And here's the key. A woman should never feel like she's your only option until she's proven herself worthy of that spot. If she wants exclusivity, she should earn it. But until then, you should keep your options open. That's how you stay powerful. That's how you avoid being an option. And that's how you make a woman see your value before it's too late. Finally, if a woman treats you like an option, you have 2 options. Stay weak and hope she changes, or take charge and make her see how valuable you are, or you'll lose her. The important thing is to respect yourself first and set standards. When you need to, walk away. Keep your emotions in check and never settle for less than what you earn. Men who don't beg, chase, or play games are more attractive to women. If you act like a high-value man, she will either step up or step aside, and either way, you win. Make the right move now. And if you want to learn more about these ideas, join my podium community. Link in the description. It's full of strong advice to help you master your manhood in the dating world of today. Stay strong, stay focused, and keep your power. If you want to see more, just wait for the next one.